What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. On today's episode, we're going to be discussing all the runners in Marathon, as well as their abilities. So, every runner has two abilities, a prime ability and a tactical ability, as well as two traits. But first, before discussing the runners and their abilities, we're going to be talking about heat. What is heat? In Marathon, heat acts like a stamina or movement limiter that impacts how much you can sprint, jump, slide, or use mobility tools. It's a system that makes movement and ability use more tactical, not just mindlessly holding sprint forever. Think of it as a thermometer tied to your run. Move fast, your heat goes up. Slide or double jump, heat rises. Use too many mobility actions back to back, heat stacks and starts slowing you down. I personally think heat is a good idea, and I'm going to tell you why. Because it balances movement and combat. You can't just sprint endlessly, you have to think about positioning. It makes encounters more strategic. Players who ignore heat often get stuck or can't reposition effectively. It creates tension. Extraction shooters thrive on careful decision making, not constant turbo moving. Now that heat's out the way, let's get into the runners. But first, please consider leaving a like and subscribe, as it would help the algorithm of my channel if you find any of this information useful. Up first, we have Glitch. Glitch is all about speed and disruption. She moves fast, slides even faster, and brings abilities that let her stay mobile during gunfights. Her Amplify ability boosts your movement and lowers the heat buildup from your actions, which means you can keep dashing, sliding, and double jumping without burning out. Her Disruptor ability lets you fire off a shock blast that knocks enemies back, and if you hold it, it charges into a stronger blast. Here's her full breakdown. Her prime ability is Amplify. Overcharge your movement system, reducing the heat buildup of movement abilities, increases movement speed and weapon dexterity. Tactical is Disruptor. It transforms your arm into a cannon and fire high-powered energy projectiles that deals damage and pushes targets away. If you hold it, it overcharges your arm cannon, greatly increasing the size and damage of the blast. Her number one trait is Microjets. Activate in the air to perform another jump at the cost of generating additional heat. The second trait is a Power Slide. Grants a supercharged slide that generates additional heat. Next on the list is Blackbird. Blackbird is all about tracking enemies and helping your team make smart plays. His Echo Pulse ability sends out a big wave that marks anyone nearby, making it way easier to spot enemies through walls or smoke. He can also throw out a tracker drone that locks onto targets and explodes when it reaches them. He kind of sounds like Bloodhound from Apex Legends. Blackbird's prime ability is the Echo Pulse, which activates his shell's advanced detection systems, releasing a series of sonar pulses that reveal the location of nearby hostiles. His tactical is the tracker drone. Deploy a mechanized micro-robot that tracks down nearby hostiles and explodes, overheating any target caught in the blast. Trait number 1, Interrogation. Pinged by a hostile runner, you automatically receive a warning in your shell's HUD, performing a finisher on a runner pings their crew. And the second trait is the Stalker Protocol. After breaking a combatant's shield, they leave behind a lingering holographic trail for a short time. After Blackbird, we have Locust. This shell excels in aggressive combat, focusing on both dealing and avoiding damage. This class is a great choice for players who want to focus on combat with the enemy. Locust. Prime ability is Search and Destroy. He activates his shoulder-mounted missile pods, dealing sustained damage to targets, launches homing missiles, immobilizing and dealing damage upon impact. His tactical ability, Riot Barricade, where you activate an energy barricade that blocks incoming damage, draining tactical ability energy over time. Taking damage drains additional energy. His trait number 1 is Thruster. He activates while airborne to fire boosters that thrust into any direction you're moving. Second trait is his Tactical Sprint. Double press sprint to move faster at the cost of generating additional heat. Up next, we have Void. This shell excels in avoiding detection, staying invisible, and ambushing enemy combatants. This class is a great choice for players who want to stay out of big fights and prefer a more sneaky approach to combat. Void's prime ability is Smokescreen. where he throws a smoke disc that emits a line of smoke field in front of you, disrupting the optics of those who step inside. Tactical ability: activate your shell's camouflage system, pulling a shroud of invisibility over yourself. Performing offensive actions, taking damage, and using abilities or consumables briefly disrupts your invisibility. His first trait is Shadow Dive. Activate while airborne to slam a smoke disc into the ground, deploying a smoke field. His second trait is Shroud. Your shell automatically activates camouflage systems when entering any smoke field, making you invisible. Invisibility persists for a short time after leaving the smoke field. Next up, we have Thief. Thief class is all about the loot and scoot playstyle, meaning you'll be focused on rapid movement and gathering resources. Prime ability is a pickpocket drone. Lets you control a flying drone to attack UESC drones and other players, causing them to drop loot that you can then pick up. Tactical ability is Grapple. Sends a dart out that you'll then be able to use for grappling. One of her traits is X-Ray Visor, which lets you see loot, containers, and enemies through walls. Second trait, we're still waiting to learn more about this trait. Last but not least is Rook. The Rook is a unique free loadout class and can only be played while venturing solo. This class is limited to joining in progress matches and can't be equipped with anything from your vault, so it's best for basic loot runs with a focus on simply surviving and getting back home with a fresh batch of stuff. So it's looking like it's mostly like a scav. Like a scav in Tarkov or a free loadout in Arc Raiders. We do have one more shell to be discussed, which we have no information on. All I know is that this shell excels in providing support to allies through revives, heals, and recharge. This class is a great choice for players who want to stay alive in the fight, as well as provide their supportive abilities and traits. Sounding like Lifeline from Apex. Well, that about wraps it up here, and I hope you enjoyed the video and it's useful to someone. One last thing, I gotta let you know that I do stream on Twitch, so you can follow me there to be notified when I go live. Thanks.